Are you absolutely kidding me, Toronto? Just when you thought the Maple Leafs offseason couldn't possibly get any more convoluted, any more frustrating, any more... Leafs like, guess what? It just did. And this time, the curveball isn't coming from a familiar rival in the Atlantic Division. It's being hurled from an entirely different continent, adding a layer of international intrigue to an already high-stakes pursuit. The Toronto Maple Leafs, bless their hearts, already had enough on their plate in their relentless quest to bolster their forward core in free agency. We're talking about the intricate ballet of salary cap gymnastics, the delicate art of roster fit, not to mention the ever-present gladiatorial threat of a bidding war within the cutthroat confines of the NHL. But the latest, truly baffling development isn't originating from Montreal, Boston, or even a Western Conference contender. Oh no, this one is coming from a league an entire ocean away, a league that has suddenly decided to throw its hat into the ring, making its own audacious pitch for the exact same player. The whispers, the rumors, the outright speculation continues to percolate, reaching a fever pitch over the very real potential for Toronto to finally sign free agent Jack Roslovic. This 28-year-old center, a native of Columbus, Ohio, just matched his career high with an impressive 22 goals for the Carolina Hurricanes last season. For weeks now, the buzz has been growing, a palpable hum of anticipation, suggesting that the Maple Leafs were diligently working towards a deal with Roslovic, a move that would, at long last, fill their glaring need for a top-six forward. But now, the plot thickens, taking an unexpected and frankly infuriating turn, as KHL teams suddenly enter the fray, pursuing NHL free agent Jack Roslovic with aggressive bids. Among the latest rumblings, NHL insider Frank Seravalli dropped a bombshell on Tuesday's Insider Notebook for Bleacher Report, reporting that Roslovic is reportedly near an agreement with an as-yet unnamed club. Seravalli stated, and I quote, "There seem to be some thoughts out there, some whispers that Jack Roslovic has a deal in place somewhere. They just haven't announced it yet." He then added a crucial clarification. "I'm told the Roslovic camp does not have a deal in place anywhere, but they are getting closer." Some people seem to wonder, is Toronto the fit, particularly with some production and goals that they lost? I could see that happening. But here's the kicker, the truly mind-boggling twist. Could that elusive deal actually be coming from overseas? According to a recent post on X, formerly Twitter, Roslovic's highly sought-after free agent status has unequivocally piqued the intense interest of several powerful organizations in the Continental Hockey League. For those unfamiliar, the KHL is primarily based in Russia, but also boasts teams from Belarus, Kazakhstan, and China. Dylan Griffin, a respected journalist who reports on hockey in Russia for Elite Prospects, indicated on August 9th that, and this is critical, multiple KHL clubs have made bids on UFA Jack Roslovic. Suddenly, it's abundantly clear that Toronto isn't just bidding against the likes of Vancouver, Winnipeg, or any other familiar NHL teams reportedly interested in adding one of the top unrestricted free agents still available as the start of training camp rapidly approaches. And it's not as if the Maple Leafs didn't already have a veritable mountain of hurdles to leap in their desperate effort to inject more offense into the post-Mitch Marner era. This is a team that's already navigating a minefield of challenges, and now they're facing competition from an entirely different hockey universe. "We know Toronto's cap situation, and it still will be tight," Seravalli patiently explained, a sentiment that echoes to the hallowed halls of every Leafs fan's nightmares. Toronto's perennial cap crunch is a story as old as time, a constant, nagging headache that perpetually complicates their pursuit of top-tier talent. And this time, it's no different. NHL insider Elliot Friedman has previously stated his belief that Roslovic is actively seeking a multi-year deal, one that would command north of $3 million annually. However, AFP Analytics, known for their precise projections, is forecasting that Roslovic will ultimately sign for a more substantial 3 years at just over $4 million per season. Now, let's do the math, folks. With Toronto currently staring down a paltry $1.9 million in available cap space, the initial speculation had Toronto general manager Brad Trailoving attempting to orchestrate a trade involving Kaye Jarnkrok and or David Kampf in a desperate bid to create the necessary financial breathing room. But in a dramatic shift over the past several days, the buzz has intensified, suggesting that Nick Robertson could be the player who ultimately gets moved. Toronto recently inked Robertson to a one-year deal worth $1.825 million, a move designed to avoid an arbitration hearing. Yet despite that, the whispers have grown louder, almost to a roar, indicating that the Maple Leafs are keenly interested in shipping the 23-year-old forward out of town, with Chicago, Detroit, and Pittsburgh frequently mentioned as possible destinations. It's a dizzying number of moving parts, a complex, high-stakes puzzle, all to bring in a player like Roslovic. And here's where it gets truly contentious. Some within the Toronto orbit don't even believe he's worth all this trouble. I think we need to, as a fan base, have some lower expectations with that one if that does come to fruition. And he does sign here. Caution Zach Phillips of the Leafs Nation podcast, a voice of reason amidst the fervor. He didn't stop there, adding a sobering dose of reality. There's actually probably more likelihood that it doesn't work than that it does. That's a stark warning, isn't it? It speaks to the inherent risk, the gamble, that the Maple Leafs are contemplating. Is Roslovic truly the missing piece, or just another expensive experiment in a long line of them? This isn't just about adding a player. It's about navigating an increasingly complex global hockey landscape while simultaneously trying to solve a perennial cap puzzle. The pressure on Brad Treliving to get this right is immense, especially after the team's consistent playoff disappointments. Every decision is magnified, every dollar scrutinized. The question isn't just if they can sign Roslovic, but at what cost? Not just financially, but in terms of roster disruption and the potential for another high-profile gamble that doesn't pay off. So, what are you, the most passionate hockey fans in the world, think about this latest twist? Should the Leafs go all in for Roslovic, even with the KHL throwing its weight around and the cap situation demanding significant sacrifices? Or is this a bridge too far, a risk not worth taking for a player who might not be the definitive answer? Let us know your thoughts in the comment below. Hit that like button if you're as exasperated as we are, and subscribe for more unfiltered analysis on your Toronto Maple Leafs. Because trust me, this off-season saga is far from over.